When you're writing about people who have gone, sometimes strange things, strange coincidences happen throughout the process. And one of the final strange things that happened was I got a phone call yesterday morning from Kieran's aunt Kathleen, who's in her 80s. She was going through some photos when a letter fell out. Kathleen had never seen the letter before, and she sent for me to bring it to Michael and the rest of the family, and they have given me permission to read it. I read it last night and I'm going to read it again. And the thing about it is, it was written in Kieran's hand on Sunday, the 17th of May. And he writes, "Dear Mum, I regret not having sent word sooner, but with the death of my two comrades, I could not find anything of any importance to write. I'm sure you understand the death of Bobby and Francis came as a terrible shock, even though we were expecting it. The British government have shown once again to the world its callousness and vindictiveness towards the Irish people, who have made it quite clear they support our plight and struggle for political status. Anyway, the hard attitude of the British and the death of our comrades serves to strengthen our resolve, and we have no intentions of surrendering our principles. As you know, Mum, I took the decision to play my role in the last hunger strike. Well, that decision still stands. Actually, I confirm my position, and I am likely to take the place of the next fallen comrade, probably within the next week or two. I hope you and Dad will give me your support as you did during the last hunger strike. Of course, I would ask you both not to mention this to anyone. It's very important. I must point out, as I said before, that I am fully aware of the consequences. There can only be one: conclusion and end. Victory. Your visit is out for the 28th, all being well. I shall see you then. By the way, I got the rosary beads. Thanks. I will be writing to Geraldine also. I only hope she does not take it too hard. I send my regards to all the family. God bless. Kieran." Now, that was a man who, in his heart, in all probability, he knew what the end was going to be. He was 25 years old. And I thought, as many people have thought, how can you explain or describe what the hunger strikers did? Words really aren't adequate. But I've come to the conclusion that the best way I can explain is to say that every single day from day one, when they decided to go on hunger strike, what they were doing was, when they knew we, the Irish people, needed a heart, they gave us their heart. And every day, another piece of their heart died in them, but it was reborn in us. And finally, when they breathed their last, their heart in completeness is within our communities, and we should use that heart wisely. Thank you.
Here's black, you named it well. H for hunger. H for hail. Maggie, Maggie, Maggie. Out. 101. Clinical status. When do we want it? Now.
O angel of God, his guardian dear, to whom God's love commits him here, ever this day be at his side, to light, to guard, to rule and guide. How long, Alfie? How much longer will he suffer like this?
He's almost there, man. Almost. Nicky told you, just a step to the other side.
I had entered into my 44th day and had fallen into a deep sleep, when I thought I heard Joe call out gently, Kieran. Kieran. And I opened my eyes, or at least I thought I did. And there was Joe, standing at the foot of the bed, and he was smiling. But I wondered how he could stand there, because I knew by that stage he had lost all the strength of his legs, and he was in a wheelchair. And that sparkle in his eyes, his dark, beautiful eyes had returned and shone extra bright. But he didn't say another word. He just stood there smiling, and the joy I experienced was really out of this world. There was something just beyond anything I'd ever known or witnessed in my whole life, when suddenly a bright light came and absorbed Joe, and he was gone. And I remember blinking my eyes to focus, and standing in front of me was a screw in his dark uniform, and I thought I'd die and went to hell. But when I heard that Joe would die eventually, I was grieved, but I knew he was free. And I knew soon it would be my turn. But somehow it seemed easier as though Joe and the others, but especially Joe, was waiting to lead me home.
So that's how it was for me, Kieran. I decided to fight on possibly, using my only weapon, my will. They just didn't get it. Did they? Neither them nor I. I had hope, but my hope was in vain. David Lloyd George didn't give a toss about Aaron's plight. And he a Welshman too. Even the King of England at the time, George V, wanted me to live. He knew how strongly I opposed his change from our country. But they wouldn't listen. Not even to him. Such was their hatred and snobbery towards the Irish people.
I have all these things in my heart, and yet I have this need in me to say it out for the whole world to hear. For we, all our family, love and hold our brother Terry in the highest esteem that any man can be held by his family. Terry taught us how to care for others. He taught us how to love Ireland. and all her people, north and south, men and women, Protestant, Catholic, those who stay in our country and those who leave for a better life. Terry embraces all the differences that can and should make us truly a nation among nations. He taught us to love all small nations with great respect. And this is what his love for Ireland has taken him to. A terrible death, such as this has been. He still breathes, but his body lies still and motionless. His spirit is free, and I feel it all around me. All week they refused Mary and Muriel a visit, saying it would disturb them. They know nothing of what disturbs us. Lloyd George just doesn't care, and it's as simple as that. But he knows and understands perfectly that being masters in an empire is as much about conditioning the mindset of the oppressed and keeping their spirit down as it is about physically disarming and controlling them. He tries to make puppets of people. He knows if Terry ended his hunger strike, then that will serve a great blow to the Irish morale. I also believe it is cowardly of him in rejecting the plead from King George in using his royal prerogative to have Terry released unconditionally, knowing as he does this, the king already has a guilty conscience about his Russian cousin Nicholas, and now wants to redeem himself by doing some good in saving someone's life that is within his grasp. Hypocrisy and lies surround us. Our sister Mary went all the way to Portsmouth in the hope that she'd be allowed to address the Congress to actively do something to have Terry released unconditionally. But even among the great and the good, she was denied her 3 minutes to put her plea before this great assembly by the TUC president, J.H. Thomas, who told the Congress that she was in a bad way and that he did not think it fair that she should address them, lest it upset her more. I asked myself if this man is for or against us. It seems to me that he didn't want to upset the government. And he a Welshman too?
Which?
It seems a lifetime ago when I accompanied Muriel and baby Mara to Belfast to see Terry in prison there. His first time to see and hold his baby doll. I looked into his eyes as he held her, and I saw his tears. He will not see her again in this world. And now, my final words are my prayers. There seems nothing left but prayer.